Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to This Is My Opinion. It's been a while since I record something, so it's good to be back. I have a lot of things planned today since it's been a while that I didn't record anything, so I think it's gonna be fun, hopefully. Today I plan like to talk about myself, talk about what's happened, and some theories and some some games, some anime, and everything that you know and love. So I really think that is gonna be nice. I'm just checking if everything is working because it's a little sad to not work. So I'm just like fixing my mic and testing the audio and blah 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 blah. Hopefully I can see things now and hopefully I think it's working. So that's good. It's always good. Yeah, how's your guys going? It's been a while, right? I don't think we're gonna take any longer, so I can just like start. Soon as I start, soon as I finish, right? And as I said before, hopefully we have like a very entertainment day because I plan a few things that is gonna be fun. Yep. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of This Is My Opinion. My name is Kyle, and again, this is my opinion, so it's gonna be fun. A couple of days ago, I remember about the trolley problem, and coincidentally enough, I was playing High on Life, and they have like a little bonus talking about the trolley problem as well. So I think I already did the trolley problem once when I was a lot younger, like I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. And I don't think my answer is gonna change that much, but I barely remember the problems that is gonna show up. I remember the classic one. And I also got the exact same site thanks to the Internet Archive, Web Archive. And is this one is by Neo Fun, and I think it's very fun, and I have like a lot of fun like doing it. And is basically the absurd trolley problems. So the original trolley problem is basically you are in the control of a leverage that you can pull the lever or not, and pulling the lever is gonna change the course of the trolley. But the special part about the trolley problem is basically you can do nothing. That is basically just stay ill, and the troll is gonna follow their rightful path, the path that is going to do it without any interaction, and is gonna kill 5 people. But if you pull the lever, you're gonna be killing one person instead. But the catch is, you're gonna be responsible for killing that person because technically speaking, the 5 persons is already fated to die, is already doomed because they are uh, trapped in the tracks. But the main point is you're not, technically speaking, you're not responsibly ish for their deaths. So that's why it's peaky because you rather stay ill and not have your hands stirred by blood, or do you rather do some actions and save people? And for me, this one is very simple because I believe that one life, if I'm just comparing random persons, right? Because this idea is like a random person and 5 random persons that you don't know. So I'm gonna pull the letter because I rather kill one person than have five. Because not a lack of an action is also an action. So if you don't do anything that cause a lot of people harm, it's basically the same thing that causing people harm either way because you had the choice to change their fate and you're basically your inaction caused their harm. And as 75% of people agree with me and 27 disagree because this goes against like two basic math, I think. Because instead of sacrificing one life, you're saving five, but it goes all again to the action and inaction. The other one, four people. Again, for me is the trolley. The site is not like loading properly because again, it's for the Internet Archive. So I don't know why the NeoFun website is not working. I can try and access now, but I already tried like a couple days ago and it didn't work. But let's see. Yeah, you see, it's just like the basic widescreen, so you have to bear with me because I think this website have like the most scenarios and is like a little funny and quirky. And oh no, a trolley is heading towards five people. You can pull the ladder to divert it to the other truck, killing four people instead. And I continually pulling because again the number of deaths changes, but again I still prefer saving five people instead of four because the amount of people saved is higher. I think it's very simple. Oh no, a trolley is heading towards five people, and you can pull the ladder to divert to the other track, but your life saving is gonna be destroyed. Okay, I don't have a lot of life savings right now, but let's see that I save up like 20 years and create like a huge amount. What should I do? Because the whole thing about save oops, life savings is your life savings. If you're save five people, yeah, they're gonna live their lives and everything's gonna come up. But the money though, if you have like to start all over again. So you're basically sec- changing your life's work for five random people's lives. And yes, I don't care about my money. That's a lie. I care about my money, but it's still, I think saving people is more important than a couple of hundreds of thousands of dollars. But that's gonna hurt. But I still have, and this goes again to the more radical one. The trolley is heading towards five people, and you can pull the ladder to sacrifice yourself. And I still pull the ladder for the previous one because I still believe that saving more people. Oh, that's different. 61% will not pull the ladder and let five people die. I know the rational thinking about it because it's the same thing that you think about when you're going against like suicidal thoughts. It's more like, oh, you have family, you have friends, and you have something that you need to take care of, and everybody that you know is going to be sad because you die. But the contra argument is basically, yeah, those five people as well. So you're causing five times the harm, not sacrificing yourself to save most of them. And for me, that is very clear. It's very different the amount of lives that would be saved. It's always best to try to save most of them because even if it is your own life, you're there have their own lives. I know that you are in the position of power, that you are the one who control their destiny, but it's still, I don't think that is very good for you to do it. So it's gonna be five people, and to divert the track, the other track is being original copy of Mona Lisa. I don't care about Mona Lisa because even if it is the original copy and you have like uh amount of money that no one can buy the original copy of Mona Lisa, you still have the copies. I know the original is oh my god, but we have like a lot of technology that we can replace it, the original copy, and no one's gonna notice. So that is really that important. I never saw Mona Lisa like in real life, but it's still a ancient relic or five people that is living now. I think that is very clear. I know that Mona Lisa inspired so many other people, but again, you have copies like illegal copies of Mona Lisa. There could be like so much influential as the original one, and you have like high quality photos and everything. So I don't think that the having the original one is that important. Uh oh no, a trolley is heading towards the rich man that offer you $500,000 to pull the ladder. We should divert the trolley to kill somebody else. What do you do? So you're basically I'm gonna pull the ladder because I love money and you see it's almost 50-50 because the whole thing is still alive for a life. So if all things are equal, why not trying to benefit myself with it? And this goes back to my first argument saying uh, you're pulling the lever, you're killing someone. But in the other way around, if you're not pulling the ladder, if you're still killing someone either way. So what does it matter if you're pull the ladder or not? Somebody's still gonna get killed. But if the other person get killed, I benefit myself. So I think it's like a more favorable balance on it because I have the blood of the innocent in my hand. But if I didn't pull the ladder, I still have the blood of the rich man in my hand because my inaction is also an action. A trolley is heading towards five lobsters. You can pull the ladder to divert it to the other track, running over a cat instead. Do you pull the ladder? No, because even if the lobsters has more life, I consider that mammals are the only type of animal that is that important to me. I know that the circle of life is important, but for me, mammals are way more complex and way more interesting and have like way more things that you can do. Is way more cute and everything else. And it's lobsters. I literally it kills thousands and thousands of lobsters to be eaten every single day. So why not just like kill five more? Because the cat. Uh, okay, let's give it up a scenario. You have five lobsters in the wild and a cat in the wild. Which one is more likely to make a human being happier, like create a good memories or live a better life? I think a cat is better. Oh, but that's another good question. How long lives a lobster? Oh my god, a lobster can live over 100 years. Oh my fucking lord! But it's still. Oh no, a trolley is heading towards five people who are sleeping and won't feel pain. So you can put the lever to the who's wide awake. What are you gonna do instead? I'm still gonna put the ladder because even if they don't feel pain, because the problem on this one is about a quick death or a painful one. And even if one person is gonna have a painful death, I think it's gonna be better than five other people dying without feeling anything. because after the pains ended, the person's already dead. So that's not gonna change. That's not gonna cause trauma and everything. You still have to live with your trauma of pulling the ladder and killing someone. But I still believe that five is better than one. And when I think that if you're running by a trolley, you're not gonna be being pain for that long. But I don't know. I never been run by a trolley before. A personal choice. A trolley is heading towards five people who tied themselves to the rack, so you can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing one person who accidentally tripped onto the track instead. That is go pretty straightforward, but the problem about this one is those five people wanted to die, and the other one was just an accident. But it's still, five people wanted to die now, so they can still repent. And even if you save one people off killing yourself after that, you're gonna be equal to killing the one who accidentally falls into the track. That's why I completely disagree with 79%, because most of the people is gonna say, "Oh, they're looking for death because they went there, they're in out of the way, out out of their way to basically kill themselves," and the other person was just like walking around and then poof, and happens to be dead. But goes again, five against one. People make dumb choices all the time, so they can still repent to their choices and then change and get better. Oh no, a trolley is heading towards five people. The lever just speed up the trolley, which might make it less painful. Yeah, I mean, you're basically they're gonna die. You don't have a choice. You can make them suffer less, but the blood's gonna be on your hands. But again, it's way better to the blood to being on their hands. And oh no, a trolley is heading towards one guy, so you can pull off the ladder to divert to the other track, but your image package is gonna be late. That's not even you're saving. How 21% of people disagree? Okay, best friend. So this one is a very tricky one because you have to choose to kill five people to five strangers to save your friend. And again, as I've been saying for the past, I don't know, 12 minutes, uh, five lives is better than one. So that's why I'm gonna pull the ladder and save my friend. Because even if it is five lives and they are best friends with the other persons, because five people probably have five best friends, and it's logical for me to not pull off the ladder and sacrifice my best friend. But it's my best friend. Come on, it's Arthur. I cannot I cannot kill him because if I do, I'm not gonna be able to live with myself with the guilty. Even if every other person says that I should save the other persons, I don't know. I just think I cannot rationalize when it comes to my friends because one thing is money and the other thing is myself because I'm willing to sacrifice myself. But I don't want to sacrifice the ones who are dear me for completely five strangers that I'm never gonna see it again. A trolley is heading. I cannot see. A trolley is heading towards five people. You can pull the lever to divert to the other track by killing one person instead. At least it's what you think is gonna happen. You forget your glasses, so you cannot see. I'm just going with my intuition. Again, if I think I'm gonna save more people, but that goes. Oh, that's tricky because Since I'm not seeing my glasses, since I'm not seeing, I can pull up the ladder and kill my friend instead. Because the whole thing about not seeing is the uncertainty that comes with it. So the whole thing is, I think I'm gonna pull the ladder to act for instance of saving the most of the people. But I'm gonna be so regretful if my friend was there. So Charlie said towards one of your first cousins, you can pull off the ladder to divert it, killing three people of your second cousin instead. Uh, sorry, cousins, because I know that you are family, and but I think my because family is a thing that you do not choose. Technically speaking, family should be a blood bond should be stronger than anything else. But I don't believe that because sometimes people can be very bad. I'm not saying that my family is bad, but family you cannot choose, but friends you can. So, uh, yeah, that's it. I think still the numbers game is the reason that I'm gonna to follow. And a trolley is heading towards five elderly people. You can pull the ladder to the other track to run over a baby instead. I'm gonna pull off the ladder because it's not only the numbers game, but let's see that those five people have 80 years old. That is like very old people. So they have like at least 10 more years each. That is 50 that is 50 years of living persons. And the baby has to live until 90 as well. So it's 90 years. So the math game say that I shouldn't pull up the ladder, but the five elderly people they already live their own life and they're less likely to commit mistakes or simply is trickier because the baby can live their whole life and be a very bad person, but the elderly doesn't have that much to live. I don't know. That's a really tricky one, but I still think I'm gonna defend my numbers game, and then I'm gonna say that the five lives is better than one, even though those five ones are almost dead already, but it's still five. I don't know. Oh no! A trolley is burying five identical clones of you, so you can pull off the ladder to divert to other track, sacrificing yourself instead. I mean, if they are identical clones as me, they have like the same thoughts as me. It's gonna be real crazy to have five Kaios walking around and living their lives. But I still think that a clone that is literally you, they're identical. So I'm just gonna say they're basically clone myself the exact same way, all my thoughts and everything. It's still five of me, so I think it's five lives that should be saved. That's why I really think that cloning is a very tricky question because if they have their own thoughts and ideas, they're their own individuals. So you cannot control themselves. So they're not just like a table, a chair. They're not objects. They're living beings. So they should be treated as a living beings, even though they're clones, but they're still living beings. And still, five lives is better than one. And technically speaking, killing one, I still have four more to go. So I have one to replace me and four to live their lives like as a different persons. A trolley is heading towards a mystery box, with a 50% chance to continue two people. So you can put the lever to divert to the other track. History and mystery box with 10%. So this is, let's go. Math game is more likely. So I believe that if the box have a 50% chance to contain two people, that means they have 50% The other one is basically the other way around. So you have like 10% chance to have 10 people and 90% chance to have nobody. But what is more likely to happen is the 50% chance. So it's like a coin toss. I can literally toss a coin and then see if two people are dead or not. With 10 people is more likely to doesn't have anybody, but if they have there, it's gonna be more people who die instead. So it's more you're gonna take the odds, the easy odds, and then go with 10 people, or you're gonna take the more likely to happen and sacrifice two people. I believe by math, I should divert the latter because it's less likely to happen. So even though it happens, I and more people die. That's unfortunately, but it's way less likely to happen. So I sh- I'm trying to save most people as possible. So if I go here, almost certain that two people can die. If I go here, almost certain that nobody can die because I saved two people and then I'm gonna save 10 more because the chance of hitting those 10 people are so low that I think that it's worth the risk. So a robot, so it's heading towards a five sentient robot. So you can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing one human instead. If the robot is sentient, I think it goes back. So that's one thing that I'm gonna put on myself that is saying that if I kill the robots cannot be rebuilt or fixed, so they're dead, like they're gone forever. And the human as well, because when the human die, you cannot resuscitate him. But my whole point is this: I'm gonna save the robots because my definition of life is when a thing obtains sentience. So that's why I have like another very polemic topic to discuss. Like I don't know if I'm gonna talk it today, but it's about like the abortion, and I think abortion is fine until the baby has sentience. So if he doesn't know what's going on and doesn't have uh, idea of self, I don't think that it's really living. And then you can say, oh, but what about the person that is in coma? Yeah, sorry, but if you're in coma for, I don't know, a year and you don't have like any signs of getting better, hasta la vista, baby. I don't believe that your life is that important. And I think you're just being a burden for your family and friends. Because technically speaking, you're already dead. But so for me, a sentient robot still is alive because alive is not just about like the human and about like the biology, but it's more about like the train of thought. So if an AI became sentient, I believe the AI deserves the rights as well because they're alive. And I'm not just saying that to prevent myself of the future of the mankind when the machines take over, but I really believe that the sentient thoughts is what different us for a dead thing. So I'm just gonna put the letter, and I know that I'm gonna be the minority, but that's life. Economic damage. A trolley is heading towards three empty trolleys worth $900. So you can pull off the lever to hit one empty trolley worth 300 instead. Yeah, math. Let's save money. Again, I don't know who disagree because one thing that you can disagree, the thought that you can make to disagree can be basically, uh, if I do nothing, it's not my fault. But Pulling the ladder is gonna be my fault that one trolley broke. So they can come after me and trying to sue me for damages. But I can say to them and I can try to show that I was acting to their best interest. Basically saying, please don't sue me, I save you more money. But they're gonna sue me either way, so that's tricky, but it's still life. Zero cost. A trolley is releasing 100 kilos of CO2 per year, which will kill 5 people over 30 years. You can pull off the ladder to divert to the other track, hitting a brick wall, and decommissioning the trolley. What do you do? My question is those 5 people is gonna die over 30 years. How many people the trolley can help? Sorry. I'm gonna pull up the letter. Bye, trolley. Doesn't make any sense. Reincarnation. Oh no, you're reincarnated. A reincarnated being who will eventually be reincarnated as every person in this classic trolley problem. What do you do? I mean, if I'm gonna be reincarnated to the person, I'm gonna pull off the ladder because, as I say, I'm saving more people than killing. So pulling the ladder is gonna be a better way to, I don't know, to I'm gonna reincarnate like 5 times instead of just one, and I think that's neat. I like reincarnation if you can keep your memories, because if you don't, I think it's just like kind of waste of time. Harmless prank. A trolley is heading towards nothing. What kind of want to prank to driver? What do? I do nothing because pranks not necessarily ended up well because you can prank something and then because the whole thing is if you can read the level, it's not a harmless prank. It's harmless prank. So the prank could be harmless, but could harm somebody as well. So just the thought of hurting somebody, I don't think that's fun anymore. So I'm just gonna not do it. Citizens. A trolley is heading towards a good citizens. You can pull off the ladder to divert the other truck running off who litters instead. I'm gonna pull out the ladder because I believe that if you are a good citizen, I know this is like hoarders and this is like a mental problem, but I still think it's one for one, right? So I still think that saving a better choice is always better than saving a bad choice. I know that it's good. It's just going again to have blood in on your hands and blah blah blah. Due to construction error, a trolley is stuck in an eternal loop. If you pull off the ladder, the trolley is gonna explode. If you don't, the trolley and the passengers go on in the circles for eternity. So that is a very tricky one because I can end their suffering now or just let them live their full life with eternal nausea because they're gonna keep spinning forever. But the thing is, I'm not gonna pull off the ladder because they're gonna keep spinning forever. So they're gonna live, and the more they live, the more they have chance to be saved from this loop. Because on the question doesn't say, "Oh, if you don't do anything, they're trapped inside." But I'm gonna say that if I don't put the ladder, they're gonna be trapped inside it. There's no way to save their own life. And how much people can be in a trolley? 20? How can I get food to them? This is gonna have like they're gonna live a miserable life. So don't because I think living a short and good life is always better to live a long and miserable one. The enemy. A trolley is heading towards your worst enemy. You can divert the trolley to save them. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, have to save them. Even if it is the worst person that you know. No, it's literally 50-50. If if even if it is the worst person that you know, is that person really that bad? I mean, I don't know any serial killers. I don't know any killers. I don't know any robbers. I don't know someone who trying to harm other person. So I don't think that I know a worse enemy. I don't know that if my worst enemy is a worse person. So I'm just gonna say, yeah, leave them be and just cut ties. But truly is heading towards a person, uh, and we lower their lifespan by 50 years. You can pull off the ladder to divert the trolley and lower. Yeah, I think so. I think because again, more people is gonna live. So instead of just sacrificing 50 years of one person, I think it's better to sacrifice 5 people 10 years because more people is gonna live in the end. Instead of just one person carrying all the burden of the sacrifice, they're sharing the burden with each other. A trolley is heading towards 5 people. You can pull off the ladder and divert to the other track, sending the trolley in the future to kill 5 people from now. Mm. So, should I kill someone now, or should I kill someone in the future? This is the thing that is, should I leave? Because I know that pulling the ladder is gonna kill someone, is gonna kill 5 people in the future. But I still gonna kill 5 people in the future because I believe in the future they have like a lot more people, and it's still gonna the price of a life is not gonna change that much, but I still think because in the end of the 100 years period, nothing's gonna change. You're gonna kill 5 people now, or you're gonna kill 5 people in the 100 years from now. 5 people is still gonna die, so that really doesn't mean anything to me. But I can still save 5 people now because I can see the impact of my choices are happening right in front of my eyes. Like those people are gonna live. They're gonna come out of there and say, "Oh, thank you." Instead of 5 people in the future, they don't even know that I exist and that I saved them. I think it's more like a self gratification here than anything else. A trolley problem is playing out before you. Do you want to actually have a choice in the situation? A trolley problem is playing out before you. Do you actually have a choice in this situation, or has everything been premeditated since the universes began? Because the whole point of free will is very interesting. I think that's going to be another topic that I really want to talk about it. Is because I believe in time travel, or should I say, I wish to believe in time travel. But for me to believe in time travel, we do not have free will because my idea of time travel is basically you can go back in time, but going back in time is what assure you to go back in time. So you're basically in an eternal loop. So you no, sorry, you can change things, but you basically jump to a different timeline. I need to create a video explaining everything so I can draw like lines and show me idea, but it's kind of back to the future, kind of. So for me to believe that, that means that all my actions is already done for me. You can still change things, but it's so minor things that it's not really gonna change the whole system. But you can say that uh, a flap of wings of butterfly now can make typhoons in Japan or something. But if you go in that route, you have less choice that you can even imagine. Because every single time that, again, what I believe is every single time when you're faced with a choice, a branch of alternative timelines were created. So that happens with every single person in every single second. So the second that you are choose to speak and choose to, because choice is not just left and right. It's not just take the blue pill or take the red pill. Every single thing that you do is a choice. You do choices cons- consciently or inconsciently. So you're basically choosing everything that you're doing right now and forever, because the words that you choose to say, the way that you choose to say it, everything is a choice. It could be a minor choice, but you go back to the butterfly effect. And I think that I deviated too much of the topic, but I'm gonna put on my notes to create a video about the time travel thing. And that's it. I I saw philosophy. In the end, I killed 46 people. I tried to lower as much as possible. I think the only one that I didn't didn't save was because I killed 5 people to save my friend. But this was a very fun. I really recommend it. I'm gonna put the link on the description as well, so you can do it yourself. But I'm gonna put the link on the chat. I think it's better for me to grab it later. But I'm gonna put the link, and then you can always try it for yourself. See how many people you're gonna kill and why you choose to do different. And if you really like it, I'm gonna release this as a video. I mean, you're watching as a video. So please comment down below and see how many people do you kill and which choice that I did that you think that you can make different and make it better or make it worse. I don't know. Do you think that I was? Do you think that I have a good understanding of my morals and what I really like or dislike about it? I believe so. And thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Caio, and this is my opinion. I, yeah, stay tuned for more videos. Bye bye. Welcome to the other episode of This Is My Opinion. I didn't see you there, looking sharp. But today, it's been a while since I review some anime, aka I never did it before, but I'm just gonna do it because I wanted to start with the best anime that someone could ever recommend. So I think this one is so good that you can literally recommend to anyone because the story, the pacing, the characters, the idea behind the world building, everything is so good that you can basically recommend this to every single person. And I believe that if they're interesting, like a little bit interesting in anime, they're gonna like it because, as I said before, this anime is so good that when I watch it, I started watching it on Animax in Brazil. I watched it the other version, and when I watched the real version, it was so much better. But you see, so and you should be questioning which anime that I'm talking. Of course, everybody already know. It's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Why I choose to talk about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? For me, this because I don't believe in 10 out of 10s, but I believe this one is like a 9 out of 10. So I really like Full Metal Alchemist because the dynamic between brothers, between Alphonse and and Eduardo Eric, they are very real, and you can root for the characters. I also buy all the manga in Brazil. That's why it's nice. And my whole thing is I watched it when I was younger. I watched the first version. It was just Full Metal Alchemist. After that, they released because the story about Full Metal Alchemist, as I know, is basically uh the creator. What is her name? Was I don't know. Is a little lady that created Full Metal Alchemist. She was writing Full Metal Alchemist, and then the anime got up. And they have two routes. Two routes usually. You can follow the manga, stop, uh, make a hiatus part. You can create new content, filler sagas, or you can basically you have two choices. You can go forward with new content, or you can stop it and wait for the manga. Or you can do what One Piece does, that is basically drown out all the scenes to create like a million episodes when you really doesn't need it to be. So, but Fullmetal Alchemist did the second choice. He created, I think the Fullmetal Alchemist and the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, they follow both of them, go side by side until the episode 14th. And after episode 14th, they diverge. So the Fullmetal Alchemist without Brotherhood, they basically create everything new and finish in the way that I was just like, I really don't like it, but could it be worse? But they can Brotherhood and give a slap in the face and say, I can do much better. It's not a short series because they have like uh 64 episodes, but I think it's a perfect length series because it's 20 minutes episode. So if you're gonna compare for a Western series like I don't know, Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones has 1 hour, so it's basically 3 episodes. So if you divide 64 by 3, you can have like 20 view. So it's basically watching 20 episodes of Game of Thrones. And for me, this one is way better than Game of Thrones because Game of Thrones, it goes like this, plateau, oh, plateau, down. Because the last season was terrible, but everything on the Fullmetal Alchemist is good. The pacing, the music, the characters, the power system. Because one thing about Fullmetal Alchemist is about alchemists. So the main focus is about the equivalent exchange. So if you want a something, you need to pay a price for the something that you want to create. The basically thing that I can think is when Edward used his alchemy, he transformed his arm in a sword. But he's not creating a sword out of nowhere. He's using the metal parts of his arm and transmuting those parts for creating a sword. So when you want to create a giant fist to hit someone with the with the ground. That means when they create that, they're using the material around it to heat it and then make it something different. So it's a very, very nice magical system because I really like magical systems that you can feel the possibilities. Of course, the main character have a special magic system because he can just like clap his hand and then create the magic, the alchemy. But in the other the side, they have a really good explanation why he can do that. And it goes back to everything about sacrificing and about like the fair exchange. And then even the height of the protagonist has a justification because everything that you think that is not going to be explained, Brotherhood make a little effort to show you that everything that you know, there's a reason why this is happening, and there's a reason why you want to keep following those characters because they create such an important and caring story because you're really rooting for two boys that are trying to prove themselves because they screw up trying to revive their deceased mother, and then you begin going to the route of, oh, they're alchemists of the army, so they're, because the theme of this anime is like military, but the genre is action and fantasy because of the beautiful fights, and you also have like the beautiful music that I cannot play because of copyright. But I believe this one is a very good anime that you can recommend to the most of the persons, and it's on Netflix, so everybody can watch it because everybody nowadays has Netflix. And yeah, so that is the main thing that I think this one is the, so that is why I always recommend Fullmetal Alchemist because it's a good pacing. You have jokes, you have serious moments, you have moments that you're basically want to kill somebody because somebody did terrible things with a dog and a child. And I think this is a good anime to start my reviews because for me, this is easily one of my top three animes of all time because the way that Fullmetal Alchemists speak to their audience is a good way to make a reliable characters and a meaningful character. So yeah, I think this is my recommendation for Fullmetal Alchemist is way more than just is way more than just. I'm not even telling you about the scenes. I'm not even oh, spoilers. I'm not even telling you about the scenes, or not even telling you about all the things that happen and why those things happen. But I just think that it's a good, fun, and a very good way to introduce new people to anime. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I know that is a short one, but I don't want to go to spoilers or having like a more meaningful discussion about it because I just wanted to introduce you to some new things that I really like and I really think that is important to being talking about. And again, my name is Kayo and this is my opinion. Thank you so much for watching and see you on the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hello, hello again. I didn't see you there. So, as I always like to talk about video games, this time I'm gonna have a little different exercise because I'm trying to review games that is move me in some sort of the way. What I mean to that is basically I wanted to, from now on, I'm gonna try to talk about games that has a meaning for me. For example, the game that we are gonna talk about today is not other than Forspoken. I know that I'm a little late to kick uh, a dead dog because Forspoken is terrible. And even if I don't believe in the reviews from users and from the specialty uh, news like IGN, is exactly that. Forspoken is a 6 out of 10 game. But what gives me more upset is the potential behind it. Forspoken, because more than just a simple game, Forspoken could have been so much more if the characters, if the scenarios is being written, is the writing was better. Forspoken could have been a such more better game. Why I tell you that? Because the world of Forspoken is genuine good. I gonna see the trailer of Forspoken. The idea. Okay, let me just like introduce you to Forspoken before talking about what ifs, because this video is not gonna be a review like I normally do, because I'm just gonna give the review like right here and right now. It's a 6 out of 10. Don't buy it. I play it for free. I just waited for so long for Forspoken. Even since the launch, I wanted to try it because I really like Square Enix and it was like the next big thing and blah blah blah. Everybody hates Frey, everybody hates Scuff. That is like the magical bracelet that she used. It. Agree. She's so obnoxious because she came to a new world. She's basically isekai to this fantastic world, and she's just a pain in the ass all the fucking time. And they just place it all the tropes like, oh, she's not just a nobody, she's the chosen one. Oh, she can do everything. Oh, she's a strong independent woman that doesn't need any help. Oh, even she's being a fucking obnoxious that everybody hates. She's the main character, so everybody likes her in the end. No, she's a terrible character. And I'm just gonna. The other thing is, I'm just gonna get rid of it. The reason this game exists is horrible because the first 20 minutes of gameplay is basically Frey in New York. I think it's New York, and she's basically a person who lives on a random building that she just like moving in, and then she's saving up money to move far away from New York because New York is terrible. But she still have like some brand shoes that she said that she's the favorite collection. Okay, sure, everybody needs to have some hobbies. Uh, let me see if I can find the the beginning of Forspoken. Okay, I'm just gonna use those images as a thank you, Game Riot, for the images. I'm just gonna show this. Okay, the start of the scene is basically uh, Frey being on the trial with this judge saying, "Oh, you did bad things." And then Frey say, "But it's Christmas. It's my birthday." And the judge say, "Okay, be careful. Don't do it again. I'm not gonna be so compliant." She go against some like druggies that she owns money and blah blah blah. And she lives on this crappy apartment that, oh my god, oh here, the collection of shoes. She doesn't have money for anything, but she have a beautiful collection of shoes. You see, the apartment is not that bad. It's like nicely put. She had a cat, and everything doesn't look bad. The graphic is not that bad. It's not that bad. It's a little awkward, like especially the hairs. It's so strange. But this is not my main issue. My main issue is she finally saved up enough money to get rid of this life, and then out of nowhere, out of nowhere, the apartment got fired. The apartment got fired, and then let me show you exact moment. Okay, the gameplay is she wake up, the apartment is on fire. The money bag is literally on her foot. You could. This is one of my biggest problems. The director, the guy who writes the script, could just make the cutscene longer and not make you control the character right now. Why not just make this whole part a cutscene so you don't have control? But sure, I want to be an interactive gameplay. Okay, the money is here. I don't know if you can see this triangle icon is usually used for interactive things. So the money is on the floor. She literally could grab the money and look for the cat. It's not gonna take 1 second. She could just grab the fucking money that's here on the floor and look for the cat. She was moving out of that apartment on the next day. Why not do it? Because if she grabbed the money and moved out of the apartment, the story of the game it wouldn't happen. So basically, you're playing as a stupid girl that could solve all her problems and not go to a magical, fantastic adventure if she just picked up her money that was literally on the ground, on the floor, on her feet. She passed through it, saves the cat. So here's the money. She saves the cat, and all the apartment burned down. So now she have no place to live. She have nobody. She have no money. She have no family, and she gives the cat to the judge, and the judge accepted. Okay, that is weird. Why a judge accepting a cat for a criminal? But okay. And then she was here that looks like she was preparing to jump off a sign, but she said, "No, I want to live my life better. I'm gonna start again and save money and find Homer and blah blah blah." And she says something shiny and is the cuff that is like the magical bracelet that isekai her to a new fantasy world. That is the beginning of the game. I hate so much this because you're basically uh giving all the hope and saying, "Oh no, the person is too stupid to grab the money bag that is on her foot to make anything." And this gets me so upset because even if Frey is not a good character, the idea, the mechanics, the world. I'm not saying the world design itself because the map and all the points of interesting is boring as hell because they're literally random. Here you can see you have random chests spread out all the map, so you just have like to go there and enter. The other thing is you have random towers or random forts that you can go and conquer. That's it. The game is good. It's good looking. But the main problem is first. Oh, okay. Let's go back here so I can show the magic system. So Frey come up there to this new. uh, Frey goes there to this new world. Doesn't know anything about magic, but she's the chosen one because cliches. Is she's basically help the people of the last city that lives there to go against three big mages, three big woman mages that it was causing all the calamity, and then she every single time that she won against one of them, she unlocks new powers. Blah 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 blah. Just walks a lot, walk parkour. Eh, fine. But the problem is, could be so much more, could be so much better. Let me show you the map. So this is the world map. It's a big map. But the problem is, you just it's empty. You have some missions that is to take pictures that you can see how beautiful and well thought out the world is. So much hidden story behind it and everything. But in the end, you're just walking. So the main city is like around here. So you basically need to walk here to fight with the first boss, here to fight with the second boss, here to fight with the third boss, here to fight. So you started here, so you came here, and you say, "Oh, the city is terrible. Okay, let's go here to find some. Let's go find someone." So she finds the only person that she needs it, because the other thing about this game is everything is so convenient for Frey, because she went there. She's basically singing his alerts and saying uh, things that the person on this word did not understand, and she's not trying to clarify herself and keep uh, talking to them like they are stupid, but they're not. Just they're in different country, for God's sake. And then she went to a task to save a guy that she likes because the guy's crazy. And then she came back and the guy said, "Oh, I'm a very important person. To save you, you need to do things." And then she killed this person, and then she gets sad because she killed somebody, even though the person that she killed is for saving the whole world. And then she come kill the second one, and come to kill the third one, and then come to kill the fourth one, and she every single time she gained more power. But the gameplay loop is basically, I'm here. I'm gonna do the first question. It's basically going here and come back. Okay, I'm going to do the second question. The second main quest. I need to go here, kill someone, and come back. I'm gonna do the third main question. I need to come here, kill someone, and come back. Because since all the world is dead, all the cutscenes only happen here. So all or in the respectively Danta shrine that you face. But the problem is repetitive, and even even after you're doing that, the world is empty because you need to find the points of interest to gain like resources, but you don't have like any other quests, because all the quests in the city is basically, oh, look for some item for me, or oh, go there and do something. It's so basic, it's so boring. You have such an interesting world. You create a whole world where magic is special, and only a few of the few questions can use magic. Is the Tanta. The Tantas, they have like a huge war, and the magics itself are really good. The enemies are interesting on the first sight because they're starting to repeat themselves. And you're basically here again. So this is good. I really like it, even though the because I was playing this game. You see, the game is good. Even though I was playing this game without paying much attention to the story, I really like the last plot twist about like the real villain of the story. I think that it's really interesting, and I'm not gonna say because I'm not gonna ruin the game for other people that want to play it. But I really like it. The ending. I don't like Frey being the chosen one, and I don't care about that to be a spoiler because screw it. But my whole point is, if they just have a little bit more care, if they just care a little bit more about about the world itself because the parkour is fun. So you have killing those tantas that is basically the magic witches of this world, and then you're gaining new powers. So you're basically getting stronger, and then you're upgrading your powers, and you're gathering new gear and upgrading your gear. The gameplay loop is okay. The story is so bad that it's affect the gameplay loop because you could have made the Tanta's presence more known because only the first one, this is the second one, this is the first one. Only the first one makes something to really ignite the story and make Frey look for the Tantas itself. And then the other thing is even if the powers are cool, I don't think the way they're distributed and the feeling of a ultimate attack. Except the ultimate attacks, all the other attacks looks like a spam magic. Because a simple battle, let's see if I can see a battle here. A simple battle here, you basically have this wheel of magic. So it's basically a support magic and attack magics, and you have your normal magic, defense magic, and blah blah blah. And you have your ultimate. That is when you can use this. That is when those triangles are full. Like this one is your basic magic, and this one is your other type of magic. This one is your basic one, and this one is a normal one. And when the triangle, you can use your ultimate. And the ultimate are cool, but again, what is a normal gameplay? You're gonna be pressing R2 to fire, and you're gonna press R2 to L2 to use the magic. So I'm just gonna go this one, 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 and everything is on cooldown. And then I do something of this for a little bit, and then everything is ready again. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one again, and hence and repeat. And this is for one type of magic. Frey can use up to four. She can use four types of magic. She can use stone, fire, water, and thunder. That is like it's thunder. Right? Yeah, you can say thunder. And then it's basically that you have four wheels of this, and you go pa 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 next wheel pa 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 next wheel pa 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 next wheel pa 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 pa. Couple. Uh, that's it. That is the gameplay. But the magic feels important if you have how to fix it. So let's go to my intent of this game is to fix Forspoken. So I'm just gonna fix it first, the magic system itself. How to fix this is basically instead of doing cooldowns, why not to use a mana pool? You can use your normal attacks, okay, and you have like another bar here, like a blue bar, and every single attack costs mana to use. Instead of just spamming, you can use your mana wisely and just say, "Oh, I'm gonna use the attack ones now, or just gonna use the supports because I don't have enough mana." For me, this solves this bigger issue in the gameplay that is basically spamming attacks all time. All when you can, you just use it. You just spam it. You don't even think about what you gonna use it. You just use it because it's available and it's gonna help you in some way. And make preparations more important because I can use the Witcher as example. So in the Witcher, you need to look for the types of enemies because all the enemies are cool. You have like zombies, you have harpies, you have creatures, wolves, bears, but they're all play almost exactly the same. So you don't need to have any type of strategy. You just need to hit hard and hit good. The the thing kill. So why not have like more strategy? For example, they have affinities. For example, a water monster takes more damage of a thunder, and fire monster takes more damage of water. Blah blah blah. And but why not go further into that? to make the choices more important and more thoughtful. Because it's like I said, the gameplay is basically spamming all the attacks to kill the creatures. So you go to the one, you change it because you can even select on the menu to change automatically to the next one. So you basically change to the next one, use that attack it again. So this is the water type magic. Why is my quality so bad? This is basically the water type magic that you can. So the water type, you have different types. So this is the thunder one, and you can mix and match the magics. But why? You can literally just spam every single thing on that wheel. Go to the next wheel, spam every single thing on the next one. Go to the third one and spam every single thing. On the end, you finish the battle, and you don't even use your ultimate. So just make it more important. The other thing is to create a different sorry about that, to create a different type of bar for a transformation, because Frey gets more powers but she didn't transform, and I think this is a huge waste of potential because Frey's basically Avatar and she couldn't use all the powers at once. The other thing is, why not create to give the player the opportunity, because the magic is always cuffs magic, so the magic always come out of the cuff. Why not make the player create his own will? That is another good thing, because if I could create my own will, the game would be fun because I could just circle circle through my magics faster, just pressing R2. So I use, and then I can separate what is a support magic, what is a buff magic, what is healing magic, and then had a more interactive, make combos more exciting because you have like a la, aka Devil May Cry, Devil Gauge here. That is like your style for all the battles, so don't take damage and blah blah blah. But you don't have the customization to make Frey be really unique the way that you like. And you don't have a transformation. Why not create, I don't know, a phase of Frey that her hair got like all loosened up, flying. She's don't know, uh, blinking, go like a rainbow thing or white thing behind her with all the magics, and create like a magic circle, a big magic circle behind her back, and then go like boop 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 with all types of magic, or letting her to use like the most advanced magics. For example, this attack that she gives, you can upgrade your magic, but it's still the same thing. But let's say she transform, and instead of doing this, she does like one and go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Goes like a more powerful type of magic. You see the, or instead of this bubble, you go like, instead of one big one, you uh go like three big bubbles, or you know, one ginormous one that take like everything. Because the team has good ideas, but didn't went all out to flesh out all the ideas. The other thing is the parkour, like running around, jumping around, is fun, but it could be so much better. It's so janky sometimes because you want to jump over here, over the little ledge. Sometimes she struggles. Sometimes she goes way further. And you have the a good characters design. So this one is like the fire enemies that she's like putting water. She's jumping around. She's pew pew pew. It's fun. But the thing is that it. After that, you have a boss fight with against the. So she's gonna use the special here. Just a second. Uh, so this is one of the biggest specials. So you see, make it more meaningful. Make it the attack last a little longer. Like stay there for I don't know 1 minute, and then make the ice melt or make the lava create some puddles that hurt the enemies and everything. Make it everything more epic because this world setting is already so epic. If you need to redo all the phrase character, but the movement, the fluidity, the jumping around, the flying around, the surfing because you can surf as well. It's nice, but is that it? You don't have like much more to do. And as I said, the world is basically Assassin's Creed new generation world that you basically have like to keep coming back and picking up everything that you see, but you really don't need to. When I finish the game, I have like already maxed out all my specs on my clothes, all my specs on the fingernails that is get like different bonuses, all my specs on the necklace, everything. I was like a powerhouse. But the last boss is a sponge, so this still takes time. But my main reason is you have such a good and unique world. Why you're not? I know that you have one big city, but why not put like places of resistance? Or Frey was the first one who decided to go against the Dantas, that is like the magic witches. Why? Why you wait so long for it? Why this world didn't create like an army or try to create another Danta or trying to make it at least a little bit of resistance because Frey literally goes alone all the way. She's just that perfect. And for me, that is such a waste of potential because you could, for example, you win against the first one here. Why not make it that the population just started to take the fort back and make it more lively? Or instead of that, make it that here, like a la Zelda, the 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 Zelda for the Nintendo Switch, you have like to activate something here in the end. So you kill all the three Tantas, so you need to go back and then activate something that is make the last boss weaker, or you need to activate like some trail to create like a very faster way to come up here. I know that you can teleport around, but it's way better for you to engage with the world instead of just I'm come here, I grab like the thing that I was missing here, teleport back, teleport here, teleport there. Instead of just walking and enjoying the beautiful world, because the world is nice. You have diversity. You have uh let me grab the map again. What was on that? You have desert, you have forest, you have cities, you have nothing, but you have lakes. I think here is lakes. You have lakes. So why not use this world building as your advantage instead of just wasting potential? Why not make the the second cast characters, like the less important ones, make something meaningful in the last battle instead of just waiting there and say, "Go Frey, go Frey." I know she's like the chosen one, but it's still they didn't do anything for help Frey, and I think this summarizes well for me the why Forspoken was such a waste of potential because instead of just going out loud and trying to make the world more living. She just say, "Oh, the world is an apocalypse. You only have one city. Everything that you need to do is here, or you have like a random vendor here as well. But you all you need to do is here. So you every single time you need to go back. So you make it the character that is not very likable, and the guff that is annoying, just boring, and just misunderstanding. instead of, because the game looks like it spent like a week. She spent a week in this world and she saved everybody. Why not to give more time? Why not make time passes? For example, she fight against the first Tanta, the Tanta of Fire. Just give, I don't know, 6 months so Frey now have some friends, have things to do, make some little mini games, because you only have like the terrible dancing mini game that I hated. But why not trying to make the world a real world instead of just giving up on them? This world, these games looks lot more like an obligation to do something instead of a really like a team wanting to do something important to them. Looks like more, yeah, I need to collect my paycheck, so that's why I'm gonna do that. And this is really sad. Uh, Again, the game is never gonna live up to our dreams, but it's such a shame that we could not see a better Forspoken, because it's a little tweaks that you can do to make a game goes like to mediocre to a good one, or a bad game to a mediocre, if you want to go that route. I don't agree with everybody saying that Forspoken is like a 20. I think 6 is a good thing. I play around it. I think it was like 30 hours or so. I planned to platinum, but the platinum was like too boring and too repetitive, so I just give up. But my main concern is you have care to make like all these platforms that you can interact with different ways, but you didn't do anything. You just go to the easiest vault and put like random chests all around the map, so you need to collect those chests. Shame. But again, thank you so much for listening me yapping about an old game. I know that Forspoken is not that old. It's like 20, 2023, like beginning of the year of 2023. But that's what I do here. This is my opinion, and I really like to talk about something that is move me to think about something else. So yeah, thank you so much, and bye bye. Welcome back to another episode of This Is My Opinion. Thank you so much for I've been waiting, and today's gonna be the day that I'm finally gonna give you guys one thing that I really promised for a long time. That is my music theory. So, why I say that is my music theory? Because I don't study any philosophy, so probably that should have like any type of things close to the one that I was gonna talk about today. But it's basically trying to relate the musics that you like with your personality and with the things that you're feeling right now. I don't know if this video is gonna be that long, so let's see. And as a good, this is my opinion, fashion show, I'm just gonna get with the get started. And the theory is basically, I liked it to call them the 10 music theory. Why 10 music theory? Because I believe that if you can make a person list it for you, the 10 music that the person is liking the most right now, independent of independent of language. independent of type of music, independent of style of music, that music is gonna be like a brief summary what is the psyche of that person. Because a couple of years ago when I was, because I did a lot of psychology, like I went to a psychiatric, it's not psychiatric, it's not psychiatric, psychology. I went there and I basically studied to understand my feelings and how my behave works with the people around me. But the most important part is I start noticing patterns all around me. So I noticed that the musics that you tend to listen to more, the musics that you're basically liking on this moment, is basically the ones that is reflecting your psyche. So, for example, if you're liking a very depressing music or very romantic music, and then you look for the lyrics, those lyrics are going to relate to you more or less. I didn't prepare this beforehand, but I can show my, yeah, is exactly that amount. So, this is my music on my Spotify. So I really like to have a strategy for liking songs and discover new songs. So I basically go to my Discover Weekend, listen to all of them, and then choose the ones that I like it the most. But if you're gonna say like only for the titles, Insanity, Let Down, Run by the River, The Other Side, Can Pretend, Night We Met, Karma Police, Make It, The Angels Cry, I and Lover's Death, is you can again, you need to study more, so you need to go in depth with the lyrics and with the theme of the songs to make a more precise judgment. But you can see that I'm right now, I'm a person who's a little bit insane, that is trying to follow the flow, that cannot pretend it anymore and trying to see the other side, but always remember to uh, being in love, loving Mariana, and afraid of the karma of my chose, of my the things that I chose. Just giving like a super brief explanation how that works, but you need like again to look the lyrics and to see how those ones can relate. And that is basically it, because I recommend you guys to do it yourself, so you can post your top 10 musics in the comments if you want to, and trying to debate it with yourself, like trying to figure it out if the correlation between musics and being are one to one that I imagine that is, or if you have a different theory behind it. Because the things that you like, usually the things that you like and make you comfortable, usually talks more about yourself than the product. So if you start seeing that you're starting to like more sad music and more drama music, that could be a sign that you're going through a depression. And I say that because it was the exactly same thing that happens to me. And when I started to, because English is not my first language, and I can translate music when I was listening to, but I really need to listen careful. And when I don't do that and I just get involved with the music, I really don't know the meaning of the words beforehand, so I just go with the flow. Or when I listen like to Japanese music, or when I listen to Spanish music, and everything, it's more like a state of mind that you put yourself onto that keeps making you realize who you are and how different and how relatable to the lyrics you really are. So that's why I believe this is my theory, a music theory that is the and again, you can expand the section or you can lower the to, I don't know, 5 music, or if you want to do a really general one, like your favorite music right now that you're listening right now. It's not the thing that I need to say is not your favorite music of all time, but it's your favorite music right now, because the all time high or all time low, and depending on your situation, is more about the moment that you felt that song instead of the songs that you are enjoying to listen right now. It not necessarily needs to be new songs that you are uh, starting to listen to right now, but it could be old songs that you're revisited and you say, "Oh yeah, I'm jamming to that." So that could be a way for you to make this correlation. Is why are you liking those songs, and what is the reason that you're feeling that way? That the song makes you aware of your situation, makes you aware of who you are. And I really think it's very interesting for you to keep on going and always move forward. But yeah, again, this is my opinion. This is like a silly theory about psychology that I have, and I wanted to share with the world. So, thoughts, comments, please read it down in the comments below. And if you agree, disagree, and if you can relate to that, and if you did the exercise of choosing 10 musics and reflecting on the musics that you choose and why, uh, tell me what you discover about yourself. I think that is a really good way for us to trying to understand yourself, like your being and the phase of a life that you're passing right now. So yeah, thank you so much for being with me. And this is my opinion once again. Kyle out. Bye bye. Hello, everybody. I see you there, but today is gonna be a very exciting day because it's been a while since I didn't did one of these things. Today we're gonna talk about music. Today I'm gonna show you a new band that I was jiving on. It's not a new band, and I'm just gonna show you a very old songs, like 15-year songs, 15-year-old songs. But I really think it's important for us to understand the meaning of it, and I really think that is really nice to come back, even though this band is a little hated. So the one that I'm gonna talk about it today is Nickelback. Woo! I really like Nickelback, even though most of the people really don't like it. And he's a Canadian man. Let's go Nickelback. He's 1 year older than me. Let's go Nickelback. And the music that I chose for the Nickelback today, I'm gonna of course subscribe because uh, this is how I do it. And I'm on a uh, I'm on the wrong channel, so damn it. It's not this one. It's supposed to be no. Oh damn it. It's supposed to be the other one. Oh, supposed to be this one. Nice. Now, you see, this is professionalism. This is this is why you follow me so much and you love me so much because I'm 100% professional. So the band is Nickelback, and I follow here, so you can follow all my here, so you can have like a little spoilers. What is the videos that I already talked about, and then yeah, let's get into it. So the first song is going to be "Save Me" by Nickelback. Why I choose this song, you're gonna see. I really like that date is like 15 years ago, and then yeah. Again, Nickelback, their country rockish melody that I really like too is like very nostalgic to me.
Prison gates won't open up for me. On these hands and knees, I'm crawling. I reach for you. Well, I'm terrified of these four walls. These iron bars can't hold my soul in. All I need is you. Come, please, I'm calling. And all I scream for you. Hurry, I'm falling. I'm falling. Show me what it's like. The last one standing. And teach me wrong from right. And I'll show you what I can be. And say it for me, say it to me. And I'll leave this life behind me. Say it if it's worth saving me.
So, why I choose this song? Because it's not only for the name "Save Me," but it's for the lyrics itself. As I have my theory of the 10 songs, this was one song that I listened. I don't know if I listened 15 years ago, so it was like 2010 ish. It should be like 2012 or 2013 that I listened that song. But for me, the idea of being trapped in a place that you don't like, so school or university, and you're just desperate to trying to figure it out, a way out. You're just you just need someone that can help you to cross about the depth of your soul. So even when you're trying your best to leave the best ways that you can, sometimes you're trapped inside of a maze that you don't even know how did you get there. And you just need someone, a last one standing, to help you and to guide you to the right direction.
Heaven's gates won't open up for me. With these broken wings, I'm falling. All I see is you. These city walls ain't got no love for me. I'm on the ledge of the 18th story. Oh, I scream for you.
So nobody's is perfect. So the idea behind heaven and hell, I believe it is more about being a good person and a bad one. So even if heaven's gates won't open for you because you're being a bad person, if you're falling in despair because of the wings that's supposed to lift you up high are broken, You're just following down. You're just looking uh you're just looking for someone to love you back, to guide you again.
Please, I'm calling. All I need from you. Hurry, I'm falling. I'm falling. Show me what it's like. The last one standing. And teach me.
And one thing that I really like about this video clip is in Death Note. Because Death Note, uh you can see like you have the person can make a deal with the Shinigami and see the name and the date that the person died. And I think this iconography iconography is very similar to what this guy is seeing. So for the person who didn't notice, after this guy was saved by another one, the beginning. Oh, sorry, I was talking. After this guy was saving in after this guy was saving on the beginning, he gained the power to see the lifespan of the persons.
And I'll leave this life behind me, saying if it's worth saving me. I'm falling.
And that is come up with a question for me. If you can see the the resting the time that the person have left, you do something to change it. You would try it to warn the people. You were trying to save them. I know that the whole idea of this clip is I'm just gonna finish it, but
And all I need is you. Please, I'm calling. And all I scream for you. I'm falling. I'm falling. I'm falling. Show me what it's like to be the last one standing. Teach me wrong from right, and I'll show you what I can be. Say it for me, say it to me, and I'll leave this life behind me. Say it if it's worth saving me. Hurry, I'm falling. Say it for me, say it to me, and I'll leave this life behind me. Say it if it's worth saving me.
so yeah, this is a very interesting topic because it's about, are you worth to being saving to be saved, even if you're not worth to be in heaven, even if your wings are broken, you're still worth it. Uh, so that goes back to my question: if you can see the amount of time that the person have left to live, you will warn them, you're trying to save them, or you're just gonna keep by yourself because it's already destined to be saved, or are you trying to save it? Because as you're gonna see, I choose Nickelback, and I choose three songs of them more related to that topic. I'm tired of being sad and just reviewing sad songs. So this one, I choose this one. Of course, I always choose three of my favorites, and this is, yeah, everyone is worth of saving, because even if you're broken and you cannot lift it up, even if you're not worthy enough, you're worth something. So why not just keep trying and doing your best? So if you can, why not just help the other person? Why not save the other person? Some people just need one little push or one little pull in in the last section to be saved. So why not do it if you can? The next song that I choose was a song from a Spider-Man movie, a 2002 song. So this song is old. I couldn't find like the official clip, so I just stick like for Mijen, and this is the whole thing related to the other one. You just need a little push and pull to save people, so you're gonna be their hero. I remember watching it. Oh, I remember watching this on like Cartoon Network, and it was really good. Who doesn't like Spider Man?
I am so high, I can hear heaven. I'm so high, I can hear heaven. Oh, but heaven, no heaven, don't hear me. And they say that a hero can save us. I'm not gonna stand here and wait. I'll hold on to the wings of the eagles. Watch as we all fly away.
So again, as you see the team, uh, and they say that a hero can save us. So why are you standing there and waiting? You can be that hero. You can save that person. You can save me. And again, such an amazing performance. I really like those. You don't say that a hero can save me. I'm not gonna stand here and wait. And
Someone told me love would all save us. But how can that be? Look what love gave us. A world full of killing and blood
blood spilling.
spilling. That world never came. And they say that a hero can save us. I'm not gonna stand here and wait. I'll hold on to the wings of the
So good.
eagles. Watch as we all fly away.
So that goes again. Someone told me that love would save us all save us, but you got it. So why, even with love, the world is full of killing and blood spilling? The world never came. The word of love never came. But the whole thing is, even if the word of love never came, you shouldn't give up because even and then you can think about yourself saying, "Oh, if I'm the only one fighting, the world would never change." But you need to remember, they say that a hero can save us. So why are you standing there and wait? You can save people. You can make the difference. You can hold on to the wings of the eagle and fly it away. You can help so much more people than you think. And helping not necessarily means saving their lives as Save Me show it, but could be a different type of saving. A smile, a caring hug, a friendly shoulder, a person trying to advise the others, trying to make the difference, trying to clean the world, throwing your garbage on the right garbage bin or whatever, adopting pets. Because in the end, you can help persons in the different ways. You don't necessarily need to save their lives to save them. You can make a difference a little bit of at a time. So if let it is a math. If you're a person, I'm gonna even take my calculator. Okay, let's say that in uh, here, let's say that you're just one person, right? But your let's say that if you're just wanted to help two people, okay, so you're just gonna multiply by two because you help two people, so you got two. But those two people help two people, so you got four. But those two people help two people, so you got eight, and you got 16, and you got 32. So you go exponentially going, and do you see how high the number can get if you're just helping a little bit at the time? If you help two persons, you need to help two, just two. If you can make a day of the two persons better, and those two persons make two persons day better, in the end, the whole world can get a lot better because you just need to. You don't need to make a world different. You just need to make a different for a person to make that world better.
Now that the world isn't ending, it's love that I'm sending to you. It isn't the love of a hero, and that's why I fear it won't do. And they say that a hero can save us. I'm not gonna stand here and wait. I'll hold on to the wings of the eagles, watch as we all fly away. And they're watching us, they're watching us as we all fly away.
So, do you have any clip that is more like 2000s, like two guys in the top of a building playing guitars with with a wind blowing their hairs, and they're watching us, watching us.
And they're watching us, they're watching us as we all fly away. Yeah. And they're watching us, they're watching us as we all fly away. Yeah. Whoa.
So again, you don't need to be Spider-Man to save everyone. You can just save two people, and those two people save two more. And in the end, we can save way more people that Spider-Man could ever could. But that's my thought. And about this last song is the song that give me going for the idea behind this whole video. I listened to that song and I cannot not remember my friend Arthur, so my best friend gave me. So I'm trying to give him the best of the device. So that's why I wanted to make this video and make it uh a way to show people, to show him that hope still existed, and you don't need to be angry for the world or angry because your plans didn't work. You can just trying to be the best of yourself. And if today was your last day,
My best friend gave me the best advice. He said each day's a gift and not a given right. Leave no stone unturned, leave your fears behind, and try to take the path less traveled by. That first step you take is the longest ride.
so I for me this is my favorite song of Nickelback. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna dissect every verse, every chorus, and then the whole idea here is a friend giving an advice for the other friend. He said that there is a gift that is not a given right. So each day is unique and is something that nobody can take you away of. Because this day, today, is yours. So you can do whatever you want. You can you should not leave the stones unturned. Leave your fear behind because today is only today. There's no tomorrow, there's no yesterday. There's in the meaning of what you do today can only be done today. You can say that, oh, but I can do this thing 2 days from now, or I could have done that yesterday. Yeah, but you need to take the first step. And I'm not saying that it's going to be easy because the first step is always the longest one. Because getting going, and I can use this channel as a perfect example. I take too long to record my streams and record the videos. But when I start going, I don't want to stop because I really like in doing this. Sometimes you need to make the sacrifice of giving the first step, making the first step. I start going to the gym recently. Sucks. My whole body hurts and I don't want to do it anymore. But why that I'm doing it? Because I need to take the first step. I need to take the long stride to get to my objective, that is a healthier life. If I don't take the first step, I'm never gonna be able to do it. And I just need to remember.
If today was your last day, tomorrow was too late. Could you say goodbye to yesterday? Would you live each moment like your last? Leave old pictures in the past. Donate every dime you have. If today was your last day.
And this question, like this song, makes me really think about it. If today is your last day, what are you gonna do? Yeah, you. I can see you. Uh, You. If today was your last day, what are you gonna do? Tomorrow, it's too late. You can say goodbye to yesterday. Yesterday is gone already. Would you do? Because the whole thing is the more that you think about it, the more that is it true. I'm not saying that you're gonna die tomorrow. I'm not gonna say that you need to donate every dime. I don't need that you. I'm not saying that you should not remember the pictures of your past. But if you today's your last day, what do you want to do? What you can do? You're gonna be selfish and do something only for yourself. You're gonna do something crazy like donating every single money that you have. You're gonna waste the time sleeping or talking bad things about other persons. What are you gonna do if today is your last day?
Against the grain should be a way of life. What's worth the prize is always worth the fight. Every second counts, cause there's no second try. So live like you've never lived it twice. Don't take the free ride in your own life. If today was your last day.
So this goes again. You're fighting. You're trying your best. You need to remember that the things that you're doing now is for you to get the fruits in the future. Every fight worth the price that you're fighting for. If you're doing something that is not worth it, why you're wasting your time on it? Every second counts because there's no second try. That is no second today. So you can use the time of today to tell the person that you love, to trying to be a better person, to study for the exam that you needed to do, to make the assignment that you needed to make, to spend more time with your parents or your cats or your friends. Have fun. Remember that today is only today. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't have responsibilities because what's worth the price is always worth the fight. For example, tomorrow I have to work. Tomorrow I have to do something that I don't like to. Tomorrow I need to wake up early, eat, go to work, go to the gym. But I have the price in my mind. I have the future that I want to conquer. And for me to get that future, I need to pass through those fights. I don't have other today. It would be so nice if I could repeat today like a Groundhog Day and make a perfect today for every single day of my life. But guess what? That's impossible. You cannot live today twice. That's why tomorrow means tomorrow, not today too, or yesterday. It's not today ago. It's yesterday. So the thing that I really think that's important here is don't take the free ride on your own life. So remember that the life is yours. Don't waste time doing something that you don't like to do. Don't waste time with things that you know that is not going to make you happy. I'm not saying that you should abandon every fight because every prize has a fight that is worth it. So that's why I think it's important to remember that.
Tomorrow was too late. Could you say goodbye to yesterday? Would you live each moment like your last? Leave old pictures in the past. Donate every dime you had. And what you call those friends you never see? Reminisce on memories. Would you forgive your enemies? And once you find that one you dream in us, swear up and down to God above that you finally fall in love. If today was your last day, if today was your last day.
So that goes against to if today is your last day, you're gonna waste the time arguing with your loved ones, stress with your work. You c- uh again, this is already talk about it. You want to call a old friend that you never see to talk about it, to talk about reminiscing the old memories, to talk about forgiveness, to remember that hate and angry doesn't mean anything. And the thing that I wanted to do with those three songs was basically showing that hope and showing that you can always do better, to show that it's possible for everybody to make today as important as yesterday's, as important as tomorrow, because today is the most important day. Because without today, we you do not have tomorrow, or you would have yesterday, but it's meaningless. Because yesterday without today is a basically a pass with no end. Yesterday without today, you're basically a trap in reminiscing the terrible things that happen or the good things that happen. Because uh, au contraire, that most people said and most people think, some people being stuck on yesterday, trying to remember the good memories instead of making new ones. The good memories is yours to keep, but you don't need to waste today remember things that you already done it before. Some people just living in the past, forgetting the importance about today, about not being alone and not thinking about the problems that is right in front of you. The more that you think about it, the less you're gonna realize the waste of time that you're making it. Because what if today is your last day? What if tomorrow is too late? You're gonna keep doing the same things that you're doing over and over again? Or you're just gonna get happy and trying to make the difference and trying to save lives and trying to be a hero? Would you forget the angry, the hate? Would you find what you're dreaming of? I know that you cannot realize all the dreams that you have right now, but you can always dream about the future. You can use today to construct a pavement, to construct the road for tomorrow. You can use today as a step in the ladder for the future, for tomorrow, to reaching out the things that you're thinking that is impossible, but it's always there. It's out of reach. But if you're build one step of today at a time, if you treat tomorrow as a soon-ish to be a today, you can always remember that you can do it. The most important part is not forget the things that you sacrifice to be here, and not to be so upset if things doesn't work as you want to, because you're, instead of just enjoying today and all the possibilities that today came with, you're using those times to reminisce the past and your failures and the things that you couldn't have done, instead of just using today with the most optimal way, using today to guide you to the future. So, will you fall in love if today is your last day? You could tell everybody that you really like them. You can make meaningful choices in today's, or you're just gonna be one more that is gonna waste the today's time.
Would you make your mind like mending a broken heart? You know it's never too late to shoot for the stars, regardless of who you are. So do whatever it takes, 'cause you can't rewind. I'm
So goosebumps. I'm having goosebumps. But if today is your last day, would you make it your mark by mending a broken heart? So for me, the understanding of that is you're gonna use your precious time to trying to fix things in your past that it wasn't working, or you're just gonna forget it and call it yesterday's problem. You can make someone happier just trying to listen to them and just trying to help them with their what they need. If you know it's never too late to shoot from the stars, wouldn't you do it? Everyone has a dream that looks like impossible in the first hand, but again, why not just start working towards that objective? Why waste today's time, today's chance? Would you make it a shot from the stars if you could? Regardless who you are, because today's equals for everybody. It's not a rich person have a longer today or a poor person have a smaller today. Everybody has the same today. I know that is very bad to say that everybody has the same 24 hours and everybody has the same opportunities, but it's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is relevant to time. It's not about what you can do, but it's not about what you should do, but what you can do. I know that it's very hard for poor people to get jobs and to get food, and every second looks like a today's a surviving game. But you need to remember that even if you're surviving through today, you can make those chances. You can make something different. You can try to make today's better. I'm not saying that your life is easier, but I'm saying that you have the same today as everybody else. One thing that is very interesting to say is happiness is a very is a thing that is very difficult to measure because you can say that only rich people are truly happy because they can buy whatever they want, or you can say that poor people are happy because they are free of the responsibilities of the money, or you can say that nobody's really happy because every time that you're trying to think about something related or something that stresses you and everybody got their problems and nobody's truly happy in the end. But you can always you can think about happiness as a moment is the way that I like to see. I like to understand and I like to talk to people and I like to make them happy. Because for me, happiness is more than just a state of being, but it's more like a time of being. You cannot be happy all the time. You cannot be sad all the time, but with help of each other and help with other people, you can make today more important. You can make today more memorable. You can make today matters. And I know that I'm seeing too far for a simple music of 14 years ago of a band that is hated-ish, but for me the important is the message, the song, and the idea that I can convey with. Because today is not just a thing. Today, even if some people have more opportunities, they have the same today because they can use they can waste those opportunities, and they not gonna get anything about it. Or a person that has nothing can use today to improve themselves and trying to make a living or to make it better or to survive or to make their family happy because you're not alone. And even if you're seem lost and if you seem broken, you need to remember that tomorrow is too late because if you keep living on tomorrow, tomorrow will never become today because tomorrow have another tomorrow after that and another one after that. And when you look back, you can only see yesterdays, but You forgot to live in today right now. So for me, you need to remember that every single one of us are losing time, are wasting today's, and are not getting where they need to be.
If today was your last day and tomorrow was too late, could you say goodbye to yesterday? Or would you live each moment like your last? Leave old pictures in the past. Donate every dime you had. And would you call those friends you never seen? Reminisce on memories. Would you forgive your enemies? And would you find that one you're dreaming of? Swear up and down to God above that you finally fall in love. If today was your last day.
So yeah, I think I already talked like a lot, especially about today's and about hope and about not being able to fulfill what you're looking for. But you need to remember, baby steps can get you along the way. Even if the first step is the longest stride, you need to do it if you want it to move. Because if you don't take the first step, if you don't take the hardest route, if you don't make anything new, you're gonna be stuck on yesterday. You're gonna be stuck on the same place that you are. It's so you can think that it's okay to be stuck in in the place that you feel comfortable with, but what about your tomorrow? Tomorrow is too late, I know, but if you don't work in your today, your tomorrow may never came. If you stay put in the same space, living the same days, and working in the same company and with the same friends and doing the same things, are you happy or you're just content? You cannot do it better. You cannot make new friends. You cannot make new moments. You cannot make today's more special. Just remember, you only have one today. That is today. So thank you so much for listening and watching me rap about today's and tomorrow's. And thank you so much. Have a nice today. Hello, hello, hello. I saw you there. Long time no see. Today we're gonna talk about another anime. And the anime that I chose is one anime that is very famous and is popular. It was based on a game as well. But every single time that I trying to talk to people saying, "Oh, did you remember this one? Did you watch it this one? Do you know why this one is good?" Most of people don't know. So I think is a good recommendation, and the one that I'm gonna recommend for you is Steins Gate. What is the Steins Gate? Steins Gate was a visual novel. It's basically a game that you can choose your own adventure. They have like a lot of text involved. And why did I choose Steins Gate? Because for me, Steins Gate has a perfect score of 9, because even if the start of Steins Gate starts slow, like I always said that Steins Gate has 24 episodes, but you need to pass through the first 6, and after the first 6 you cannot be able to turn it off anymore, because the story of Steins Gate is the relationship between those characters, and it's not just uh, a simple story, because it's a time travel story. Is a it started with okay, these ones are the main cast. So it's basically a mad scientist that makes it a time travel machine that is basically sending text message to the past and changing how the world works. And the idea is basically you sending text message and changing the future and changing their his current timeline. So he was basically helping his friends out, and then something terrible happened. Something that he needs to fix. But how to fix by broken the memories and promises he made it before with his friends. Because every friend comes to him and say, "Oh, you have a time machine. Can you send me those things and these things, just for me to have a happier life?" Is basically saying, "Oh, I want to be a girl. I want to save my dad," and all the other stories that is related to that. And there, with a simple text message, it can change so much because the problem with time is you don't really know what is going to happen because again, the flap of a butterfly's wings can cause tornadoes in Japan. And you need to remember that time is a very delicate thing. So the way that Steins Gate explained is a very concise way that makes so good because it's a time travel TV series because an anime have like 24 episodes that is so consistent and good to show that the world works this way and it's not gonna change. We're not gonna have like Deus Ex Machina to solve all the problems, and all the actions are so relatable. All the characters. You have Okarin, that is this guy. That is basically the craziest one, but is what makes all the other characters interact with themselves through the occurring madness. You have Mayuri, that is like the glue, that is like the cute person that come to make everyone together. You have Ferris, the rich kid, and every single situation that you pass it on. So Steins Gate started as a visual novel, as I said it before, and he became an anime and became another visual novel with like a what if scenarios, like Steins Gate Zero. So Steins Gate divided by zero, and I think they have a movie as well. So Steins Gate is the same series is because in Japan they have like a series that's like dot and comma. So they have like all dot and comma because this is another game that is like Keohead, so it have like dot and comma, and you have another one that is like robotic nodes that also have dot and comma, and is a series of visual novels that is very famous. But for me, this one is the best one because talking about time traveling, and I love time traveling. And why I recommend this is because if you survive, because I always say like that, if you survive the first six episodes, the other ones is gonna be the most joyful thing that you can have in your life because the other episodes go so fast because you're being hooked on the story, and I think you can watch it on. No, you need to have subscriptions on Crunchyroll to watch it, and or even watch it as Steins Gate Zero. That is basically the what if scenario. That is the newest one. That is different, but it's good because Steins Gate. Overall, you are kind of liking those characters because when they came to Okabe to change their past, you're starting to relate to their characters. You understand why they're like that. So it's a very interesting take on the time travel. They try to be super scientific, so that's why it's kind of hard. But after that, when you're just watching the episodes, you blaze through all the episodes. Just again, please, if you're going to give it a shot, you need to survive. And I'm gonna say here because this one is a huge cliffhanger, and these ones are like more normal. And starting here and here, you start like seeing the changes, and you want to see what's going on and why these are happening, and how can I avoid those situations, and how can I fix things, and you're keep going down and down to the spiral trying to help and understand Okabe's plan and Kirimatsu plan, and it's really really good. Again, I give you I I said before a 9, but since they have like this terrible, if you're like a very chill anime, you're not gonna feel that much. But if you're really like some action pack anime, you just have like the first episode and then they're going like super down and relax. But I think 9 is a very fair score. Or I could also have like 8.5 if I'm really being picky. But the whole idea of and the whole thing is Okabe is the only guy who remembers the time travel. So trying to explain to their friends why they need to change back the time because of those impending doom things that would happen. Or maybe oh no, yeah. It is a very fun to watch. So please, this is my recommendation as always. I know that it was like super fast, but uh I cannot tell much about this story without spoiling the story. I can only say that the characters are relatable, the art style is good, is a little old, and the first 6 episodes are its luck. I mean, the first episode is really good, but the other ones are very, very slow. But you should give it a try. You should, if you like sci-fi, if you like time travel, you're gonna have a blast with those ones. And thank you so much. Again, my name is Kaio, and this is my opinion. And thank you so much. Bye bye. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome again. So this another episode is one episode that I'm was striving for to do it for a long time, and I didn't do it because I was waiting for him to finish the whole songs. Because the topic of today is, as you can see, is gonna be music related. And the music that we're gonna talk about it today is this beautiful man here, John Hans. He basically did uh uh a full on musical on the internet. Uh th- you have like this that is fantastic. So if you want to watch it, the whole saga, the whole series here in one sitting with the cast, really recommend that video. But I'm just gonna subscribe. And then my whole thing is this is a story, right? This guy makes Epic the musical. If you don't know, he's very famous now. But if you don't know, Epic the musical is basically those sagas, those 9 sagas, and tells the story about the Odysseus of Ithaca. That is a general in the Troy horse. So you have Iliada. It's a very famous book of Homer, the Iliad, and talks about the Odyssey. That is Odysseus' story because you have like the Trojan horse and you have like two parts. So you have the Odyssey and you have what is that? The Trojan War and the Odyssey. That is basically it. So he creates a musical around these ones and is the story about Odyssey. So what I try to do is I separate my favorite song because this song, Just a Man, is the song that I listen first. It was literally the first song that I listened on that saga and get me hooked. I followed this guy like for a long time because he created all their songs. They have like different artists to come, but I think he wrote it all the songs and he added it and blah blah blah. So it takes a long time to complete every single saga. But I remember to following him since the second one. So I listened to that song and I say, "Oh my dear lord, this song is so good. Just a Man is so good that I'm just gonna follow uh, the other ones." And it took like years to come to the conclusion because he released it like one or three sagas per year, so it takes like 2 years or so. So he finally finished releasing the Itika saga, and I decided to. They're all great songs. I think they have like how many songs? 5, 5, 5, 15, 20, 20, 27, 31, 35, 40. They have 40 songs or 39 songs that uh for me, oh no, it's 20, 20. Yeah, it's 40 songs. They have 40 songs that for me, I think like two are okay. The other ones are so okay. Let's be fair. I think two are like should have like three that is okay, and the rest is are good to beautiful masterpiece. And the songs that I chose was more about the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, and the ending of the story. So you can have like a whole takeaway in Odysseus Saga. I know that is not exactly the middle, but I try to pick and choose my favorite ones in each saga. So you have the basically the second song, so the very start, the kind of middle point, and the desperate of Odysseus, and one villain song because I really like this song that is like very dark and very talk about very bad stuff, but I still really like that song. But for me, if I could choose one song to show here that I would not is this one. This song, when I was listening, the song is "Would You Fall in Love with Me Again." When I was listening that song in the bus when the album released it, I literally cried. I was coming back to the church. I know that the travel in the bus is gonna take long, so I just fired up all the sagas and I listened to half of them going to the church and half of them coming back. And when I was coming back and I got like to the last song, I guess I get goosebumps all over me for the entire of the song. And then when they do like the final chorus, I was crying the song. I was crying for happiness. I was crying that everything works well for Odysseus. I know that is a little stupid thing to say, and I choose the videos that is basically the cover art, but we're gonna follow with the lyrics. And even if my wife doesn't like that musical as much, aka she doesn't like it, but I love it. So this is my channel. This is my opinion. That's why we're talking about it today. And yeah, I cannot say anything else. If I can recommend another song, I know that is a little cheating, but I recommend that last song. So the best way for really get into it is listen the whole every single song in order, of course. And but I don't think there is gonna replicate the same feeling that I have because listen all of them at once is really good, but it's not the same feeling as oh I finished this one so because I started listening to this when this one was released. So I listened two of them and so oh damn this is so good. When is gonna release the next one? So I keep looping those two, and on my Spotify I win like the he show up the George Rivera songs show up on my top tens for like 2 years in a row. And I was listening to these songs and release this one and I listened this in a row and I was keep doing like repeating all the songs and repeat because the story is so good. The way he tells the story make me feel so relate to Odysseus. I don't know why. And the clips you have like music videos ish like drawings for the clips, and then you can see more on the full live stream. But I'm just gonna play out and then thank you so much.
I look into your eyes and I think back to the son of mine. You're as old as he was when I left for war. Will these actions haunt my days? Every man I've slain is the price I pay. Endless pain. Close your eyes and spare yourself the view. How could I hurt you?
So it's really hard for me to pause these songs because the beating of the music, the melody, everything was so fluid, so nice. And for more context, this is the second song, so they have like a very big fight with the Trojan horse, and this is Odysseus carrying the son of the king. And I look into your eyes, and I think back to the son of mine, the son of Odysseus he abandoned when he went for war. So you can see here, and the actions that hunt you, the slaying, the killing, the price, the endless pain. It's so because every single word there have like so much meaning, and you're gonna see. Of course, this part is my favorite part. This part makes me cry, and because you can I know this is supposed to be like a part of a musical, but luckily for me, I found this one. When I first listened to that song, I think that was a little weird because I didn't have the context that was like a full musical, like a full story. So it looks like I was picking up some pieces, like random pieces that was like put it there without any reason. But it's still, I could relate so much with that part that I'm gonna play right now because I'm just a man and I'm just a man who's trying to go home. Even after all these years away from what I've known, I'm just a man who's fighting for his life. Deep down, I would trade the world to see my son and wife. I'm just a man. And this part, I don't know how the guy did it, but is perfect to encapsulate all of this story. I just talked to you not letting you listen. But if you really want to listen that song, please go there. The link's gonna be on the description. And for me, uh, the humbleness of just because he's like a very big general with perfect statics and everything, but he's just a man who's trying to go home to see his son and his wife, the person they love. He's not talking about glory. He's not talking about victory. He's not talking about a, a desire. He's just want to see his life, see his wife and son. Oh, dear Lord.
I'm just a man who's trying to go home, even after all the years away from what I've known. I'm just a man who's fighting for his life. Deep down, I would trade the world to see my son and wife. I'm just a man.
And it goes to my favorite part because here is he thinking about what he's needed to do. This is he's justifying what he's about to do. And here is what makes what he's doing that bad. What makes what he's doing the such a different. But when does the comet becomes the meteor? When the candle become the blaze? When does the man become the monster? What is the line, the invisible line that everybody has set that if you cross it, that is a no way back? Because when a comet becomes a meteor, the comet is not going back to space. When the candle become a blaze, you cannot reconstruct the candle. When the man becomes the monster, there's no going back.
But when does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster? When does a ripple become a tidal wave? When does the reason become the blame? When does a man become a monster? When does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster? When does a man become a monster? I'm just a man.
And one important thing about the composition of these songs is this came back so many times because every single time that Odysseus are taking one step further throughout the line, crossing the line, becoming a monster, he always tried to justify his actions, saying, I'm just a man. I'm trying to go home. I just want to see my son and wife. I will become the monster. Oh, that's so good. That's the other one. That monster is the other music that is so good. But I'm getting ahead of myself. And for me, this encapsulate not only Odysseus, but this resonate with me and shake me to my core because the whole thing is what if I become a monster? What if I do something that is not going to that I can never fix or I would be able to pay the price? What I do now is basically trying to figure it out. Should I become the monster? Should I try the best to see my wife, to make her happy? And should I sacrifice myself more and more? What does the ripple become a tidal wave? What does the reason becomes the blame? When does the man becomes the monster? How far can we go before we become what we swear to destroy? And my second song that I chose was the Thunder Saga, was the Thunder Bringer. That is basically the first time Odysseus is face to face with the king of Olympus. And for me, this song is, I choose this one. This one is not one of my favorites, but I choose this one because of the Zeus singer. He's have such a deep and powerful voice. Remember of myself, and again, you can already see this. And I'm a sucker for all the songs that have just a man, like a passage of just a man on it. So
Pride is a damsel in distress, hiding away where only I can undress her. Trials she cannot to confess. In the end, it's all the same once I apply all the pressure.
so this is Zeus. So this is Zeus.
Thunder, bring her through the ringer. Show her I'm the judgment call, the one who makes her kingdom fall. Lightning, wield her, use and yield her. Show her what she can't conceal, for true nature will be revealed.
And I really like the way that the song was made because thunder bring her through the ringer, show her I'm the judgment call, the one who makes her kingdom fall, lightning wield her. So those forth and back, like those ways that shows like how powerful and how much Zeus can do. That's
Tell me, Odysseus, if I were to make you choose the lives of your men and crew or your own, why do I think they'd lose? Enlighten me, King of Ithaca, since hunger was far too great. I wonder who'd take the weight of the damned and suffer a gruesome fate. To the thunder bringer, here to bring your ears until you're deaf with fear, and spear you while your death is near. Lightning wielder, here to yield your time, for you have passed your prime. Sublime you for your act of crime.
so again, this is like Zeus talking to Odysseus to choose with a crew that betray him, a crew that kill, I think it's Apollo's cows, or himself, because he's the leader. So a leader could pay for the deeds of his crew. But what Odysseus choose?
Choose. Choose? Someone's gotta die today, and you have got the final say. You or your crew? Please don't make me do
So it comes back to just a man. So Odysseus needs to cross the line again. When does a comet becomes a meteor? When does a comet becomes a blaze? When does the man becomes the monster? A man will become a monster when he sacrifices his whole crew.
Always become a meteor. When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster?
So this was other song that was barely on the cut. Almost got there in the place of Thunderbringer was suffering. Oh my dear lord, was so close because when the nymphs are singing, it's not nymphs, sorry, when the sirens were singing, I can take my suffering from you is the perfect song to relate to just a man. And the last one because it's basically you can just give up now. Come on, come to us, die, and have all your dreams fulfilled in your death. But I really like the melody and the playfulness and how Odysseus was joking around them because Odysseus already knew there were sirens. And ah,
Does a
goosebumps.
ripple become a tidal wave? When does the reason become the rain? When does a man become a monster? Captain? I have to see her.
I'm just a man. I'm just trying to go home. I'm just want to see my son and wife. I'm just a man. I'm not a monster. I'm a man. Oh,
But we'll
nice.
die. I know. Thunder, bring her through the ringer.
Show her what the judgment calls. The one who makes the kingdom fall.
Lightning, wield her news and yield her. Show her what she can't conceal, for true nature will be revealed.
And this was the last song in the. Oh, so here, Suffering. This song. Okay, Suffering. And this was the last song of the Thunder Saga. So Zeus destroy Odysseus' ship and let him drown. But ooh, and now, unfortunately, this song did not tie that well with the story that I'm trying to pass because they're not related to Odysseus. This song is basically the traders in the in Ithaca that was conspiring and super upset with uh, Penelope, who making impossible task for them to be the new king. But the way this song is sing and the melody and the ooh, 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 it's so good that I choose to put it here. I know that it's a little bit anticlimactic because you're not seeing the end of the saga to see if Odysseus and what can Odysseus do and what they did. And it's so good. But this is like a little tease for you to be more curious and look for the ending.
Whoever can string the old king's bow and shoot through 12 axes cleanly will be the new king, sit down at the throne. Penelope as his queen. Where is he? Where is the man who can string?
So the Penelope's challenge was string the old king's bow and shoot through 12 axes cleanly. No one can do that. So where is he? Where is the man who can string this bow?
This bow? Screw this competition. We've been here for hours. None of us can string this. We don't have the power. Screw this damn challenge. No.
So this guy singing Antino's part is so like you can feel that the guy is evil. You can see, screw this competition. We've been here for hours. None of us can string this. We don't have the power. Screw the dance challenge. No more delays. Can you guys see that we pray? So this way.
No more delays. Can't you guys see we're being played? This
This
is
is
how
how
they
they
hold us down while the throne gets colder. Hold
hold
us
it
down
down.
while we slowly age.
Hold
Hold us
it
down
down
while
when
the
the
boy
boy
gets
gets
bolder.
bolder.
Where
The
in
son
the
of a D.
hell is our pride and our rage? Here and now, there's a chance for action. Here and now, we can take control. Here and now, burn it down to ashes. Channel the fire inside your soul.
So it's basically he's trying with the suitors to overthrow Penelope and take her as his queen. He and their suitors should be the new king of Ithaca.
Haven't you noticed who's missing? Don't you know the prince is not around? I heard he's on a diplomatic mission, and I heard today he comes back to town. So I say we gather near the beaches. I say we wait.
This I say we gather in the beaches. I say we wait in your eyes. Then when the darkest sounds of the sheep is we can be bridge and let us down.
Till he arrives. Then when he docks his ship,
If
we
we
can
can
breach
breach
it.
it,
Let
I'll
us
let
leave
us
now. Today we can strike it. Hold him down till the boy stops shaking.
Hold it down.
While I slit his throat.
Hold it down
while I
and
slowly
slowly
break
break
his
it.
pride, his
His
trust,
trust,
his
his
faith, and his bones. Run down into tiny pieces. Run down.
So this whole villain song is so catchy. It's so like, oh, they wanted to do so bad. Holding down till the boy stop shaking. Holding down while the sleep hits throat. Holding down while I slowly break his pride, his trust, his faith, and his bones. Cutting down into tiny pieces. Throwing down to the great below. And when the crowd wonder where's the princess, only the ocean and I will know. You see, it looks so good the way he sings. He convinces me to get the prince. I really like the prince, but come on, with a guy like that, the speech like that, oh my dear lord, of course.
The great below. When the crown wonders where the prince is, only the ocean and I will know. And when the deed is done, the queen will have no one to stop us from breaking her bedroom door, stop us from taking her love and more. And then we'll hold her down while her gate is open. Hold
Put
her
her
down
down.
while I get a taste. Hold her down
That's bad.
while we share her spoils. I will not let any part go to waste. Here and now, there's a
Chance for action.
Now we can take control.
Take control.
Channel the fire inside your soul and hold him down, hold him down, hold him down, hold him down, hold him down. Channel the fire inside your soul and
Yeah, he deserved to die, but still, great speech level. And that's it. I really like Epic the musical. So that's why I really wanted to show you guys that this exists if you don't know already. And I really wanted to make you understand that is a very important work, and I really want to shout out all the prizes, all the praises for George. And thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye bye. Hello again. Welcome to another episode of This Is My Opinion, and I really think this one is difficult for me to say because, as you all guys know, I'm working right now, and I had an interview to get like a promotion on my current job. So right now I'm a sales associate. That is basically nothing. So I'm a part time there because I need the money because everybody needs the money to pay their bills. And what's happened is I was applying in the same company to get like a full time position. It's still not good. The payment's not good. But guess what? I still have bills to pay. And I'm applying for other jobs as well. And then that happens. So as you can see on the title of this video is the price for honesty or the price of honesty. And I always believed that being truthful is the right way to do it. Everything that I do, I try to be the most honest person possible. I really, really, really try to not lie or to manipulate people, or I basically say out loud what I think. I know that could have negative consequences, as we can see on my story, but I also believe that when you are not truthful, when you're basically avoiding the consequences of your own actions, when you're lying and when you're omitting some parts, you're beginning to be less like you and be more a husk that you did just basically to win what you needed to. So what happened was I basically applied for the full-time position and then they interview me. I really like to think that I'm a really hard worker and they confirm me. They say, yeah, you're a really like worker. But they asked me, are you looking for something else on this moment? And in my thoughts and my idea and my worldview, honesty always bring me the most joy, the most confidence, and the most proud of my actions. I was very proud to say that I really honest and then I really say things that I thought. But on that day, I regret because I said yes. I'm looking for something new because I need for my visa and it's important for me. I'm 100% committed to this job, but I need to seek other options because in the end of the day, that is a terrible job. I didn't say that because it's the job that I need. But if they're not giving me a chance to grow and they're not going to help me with my visa, that is like the most important part for me. That's what I said. I said, yeah, I need a job that gives me the visa. I was honest. And then, uh, no shit, Sherlock, I didn't got hired. And then, why? Because I'll, I was honest. Because I basically sacrificed my own gain to be honest. And that is the thing that when I come home and talk to my wife, she said, why did you do that? You're stupid. And I say, because being honest was bigger. It was something that I was trying to say about myself. I was trying to convey to the people that I am trustworthy because I'm honest. But instead of they see my honesty as a good sign, they just say, "Oh, yes, we need someone that is more commitment." They have like more commitment to the company, and I say, "I have commitment. I work hard. I do the best as I can." And they say, "Yeah, but we cannot invest in you because you're planning to leave us." And I just, it's not set in the stone. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna do my best. If I'm continue working here, I'm gonna continue be the best worker that I can be. And again, it's like a full time of a sales floor association. It's like nothing. Anyone can do that job. But I always like to think of me being the person that can do like two or three people job at the same time, and they still pay me at one time. So I know that I'm basically stupid, that I'm overworking myself for free because I'm stupid. And when they have the opportunity to promote me, the opportunity to give me a reason to stay, give me reward for all my hard work, they give the higher up, like the coordinator position, to a girl that nobody likes. All the coordinators don't like her, but she's one that received the training first. The training of them is basically putting the person on the position without paying the person. And then they keep telling me, yeah, do you want to grow? But you need to stay 3 months as a full timer. You need to have 3 months as a coordinator. You need to do that, that, that. And the other person didn't. But okay, fair. I guess being honest is like a one-way road. And I get really sad because I was thinking, why should I care about that? Why should I be the most important person? Why should I give out myself out there? Why should I put myself in the to work harder and receive the same payment as the other person that is all the same position as me, receiving the same salary as me, doesn't do anything. Uh so I basically search on Google to help me with this theme, and the greatest Google AI give me that the price of honesty means sometimes being truthful can come with a negative consequence like a potential discomfort, conflict, and even loss. Essentially implying that sometimes honesty can be costly in terms of social and personal repercussions. So why should I be honest anymore? Because the whole thing about honesty is to see how truthful and how I'm not gonna say kind, but just show how much the person cares about you, because the person is not lying to you. The person is really telling you what they meant. And as you can see here in the professional, certain works environment honestly leads to negative consequences like a job insecurity, strained relationship with colleagues. And I can attest to that because it doesn't really matter. The companies and those in power really don't want honesty. They want someone to lie to them and to impersonate someone they need, but they really don't mean to. For example, if I just said it no, if I lie and said that, of course not, this is my first option. I was thinking about growing in the company and being a manager and being a store manager and blah, blah, blah. The answers they were looking for, they will be more than happy to hire me on the spot. But I was naive. I was a fool. I was taken for granted that the honesty is one of the best things that you can have. Because in the end, let's give an example. Uh, and I was so upset that I even talked to them when they give me the answer, the negative answer of my full time. I even say to them, okay, next time that you ask me, do you rather me to lie? Do you rather me say things that you want to hear for me to get promoted? And they say no, because they don't want to say on my face, they want to say yes. So I'm gonna lie. I just give up on trying to be the best person that I can for the people that doesn't appreciate what I'm trying to be. I that time showed me in the first hand that sticking with your morals, sticking with the things that you want, sticking with your true self is always going to be harder than just accept the conformities. But that's why I believe that I have this channel. Because having this channel, I just basically talk to myself and open up for with you guys. Of course, that nobody cares, but I just open up with you guys and say what I really think about things because this is my opinion. But I'm not gonna say my opinion anymore for the outside world because when you do that, when you open yourself, when you put yourself in a vulnerable position, wrong people trying to use you and abuse you and take advantage of you. They're trying to put you down, and then you're just lose every single thing, and you're gonna be lost. You're not gonna have anything anymore because you decide to stick with your morals, because you decide to be truthful, because you decide to be honest. Unfortunately, this world, the world that it is right now, is not a world that they're looking for honesty. They're looking for comfort. They're not looking for someone that is going to be truthful to them. They're looking for someone that can lie good enough in their faces so they don't need to worry about the problem for a couple of months. They're looking for something that honesty cannot do it. Honesty can make difficult conversations, can make social repercussions, could lead to professional risks and personal sacrifice. What do you gain following your principle of honesty? Nothing. In this world, nothing. Why should I tell the truth if it's gonna hurt somebody? Because it's the right thing to do? Because it's better for me to be truthful to who I am? Or it's better for me to take advantage of the person that is asking me that? Should I lie to make them happy? Or should I be true to myself to make me happy? Unfortunately, we don't know what is the best answer that you can give before you give the answer, before you know the result. You don't know if the life that you live right now is a life that you plan or that happens to you. You don't know if the core values that you have is a value is valuable to this world. You don't know if the honesty that you're trying to convey is gonna be helpful for you. And then after this, I really can tell that it's not. Because it really doesn't matter if the other person has a position of power. Because honesty is only taken in consideration when you have the power. Because when you don't have the power and you're being honest, you're just being stupid. Why did I say that? Because you don't have the power to do anything about it. So if a person come up to me and ask me, "Do I look fat in this dress?" and I say yes because it's the truth, the person's not gonna like me. The person's gonna be feel sad But again, should I care about their feelings because they're the ones who asked me for it? I didn't offer my honesty. Or did they look out for me because they knew that I didn't want to lie to them because of my honesty? This is the personal affair, but when you go to the companies, is when I was honest to them and they reject me, I say, yeah, I'm not upset with you because I know how companies work. Companies trying to maximize their profits in all the ways that they can. Because it is a very easy math, especially here in Canada. It's cheaper to hire two part timers than hire one full timer. So why should I be a risk to live in them if I'm not gonna give them the long term return that they're looking for? So why I'm not that important. That is what the point that I'm trying to convey. And I was thinking that I was. That was my biggest mistake. I really think they care about me, that I was important, that I could say things that is truthful. I was really thinking they give me value for the person that I am, not just because I'm just another number that is stronger and can do the job of two persons. Really think they value me as a person, not as a just one more. But I was wrong. Because if you don't have a power, if you're not a very important person, you're just one more number to the company. You can be replaced in 1 week if they want to. For, in my case, the lower job that I have, they can replace me in an hours. And I was thinking, why should I care about that? Why that hurt me so much? It was because I was being myself and got rejected. It was because the whole world that I have in my head that honest is a good thing, and you should always be honest with the person that you care, the for everything that you wish for. Maybe it was because I simply felt to avoid that. I don't think I can ever come out with, because the void of losing the honesty, the void of being the person that lies to selfish gains is a very easy world. And the problem with that is, as a human beings, especially me, I really like to be like water. And it's not like water Bruce Lee and be fluid. It's more like water and being the thing that can be anywhere, that always look for the easiest route to follow. So should I lie all the time to win things, to make my life easier? Should I lie to manipulate people? Should I lie to get what I want? And this is the conclusion that I came up with. Yes, why not? It's a very bad thing to say. That's why it's a very hard for everybody to face it. But when you lie and your lie is so good, that everyone believes in your lie, and you're becoming a person that everybody likes, because nobody likes an honest person that is gonna pull off the rugs under their feet if the person is really happy. And I really think myself of being an opposite person, because when a person is very happy, I really like to be that person that comes and reminder them that the life is not only happiness, that something can go wrong. The person is really sad. I also like to be the person that can give them hope, because for me, life is all about balance. It's not about me and you, but it's about all the situations that we face every single day. And more that we are in those trap, and we are see no place that we can go, because all the places that we can look, we see lies, we see false truths, we see half truths, and in the end, nobody's being honest with each other anymore. I don't know if my family is honest with me. I don't know if my friends are honest with me. I don't know even if my wife is honest with me. Because in this world, the price of honesty is too high. It's high enough to be a burden for the ones who decide to pay it. And I, for too long, I was the one who decided to always pay the price. And even saying all of that, I really don't think that I can renounce my honesty, because for me, honesty is care. For me, we need to be honest to the persons that we care of. We need to be honest with ourselves, with our feelings, with our truths. If you're not being honest with you, what you can do? You just you can lie to the other persons, but you cannot lie to yourself. You can try. I try for the longest time to keep lying to myself and keep thinking about that I am enough, that I being honest is gonna be it's gonna change the world, that if I can only get everything that I wanted to, being honest because it's the right thing to do, I can show to people that being honest is a good thing. But instead of that, it was the opposite. It was a way that the world showed me that being honest is always come with harsh feelings, with hurt, with not getting the job. In this world, if you're really thinking about how can I influence this world, you need the power to do so. How did I get the power? How did I get inside of the person's heart, in the person's mind, in the person's payment role? You need to lie to them. Unfortunately, the price of honesty is a price that if you're not willing to pay, you're never going to pay, because it's a price too expensive. But again, I am a fool, so I can continue doing on my own, and I believe that honesty is what I needed to do. It's one thing that I need to do to make the world a better place. If I don't get this job because I was honest, probably I'm gonna get another one because I was, right? I will get a job being honest, right? Or I'm just gonna have another and another and another painful rejection because I was being myself, because I was being honest to the interviewer, because I was being honest with my friends, because I was being honest with my wife. Because when the person do something with their hair and they ask me if I like it and I say no because you look old, or because I don't like this type of hairstyle, or if the person asks me do I look fat and I say yes, because for me telling them the honest show them that I care about them and show them that I'm not just another person. And that goes back to the simpler lie that everybody tells every single day. Because who doesn't know a person that comes to you and say, "Hi, how are you?" And the person responds, "Fine, I'm good, thank you," and they're lying. Every single time that that someone try to ask me if I'm good, how I am, it's easier to lie. It's easier to say that I'm good, fine, thanks. But I'm really good. So that's why every single time someone asks me that, I be honest and say, no, yeah, I'm a little bit tired. Or nah. Or yeah, living the dream, being sarcastic. Because some people just ask that to be polite, but they don't really mean to. So why do you ask? Let us go back to the reasoning of being polite against being truthful. Because some people just ask things expecting to receive a easier answer, expecting for their question to be not that meaningful to you because it's just one thing that everybody does. So why not everybody just says what they're thinking? Because the price of honesty. Because if everybody says to everyone what they're thinking, and I'm not just gonna say like openly going out of their way to say what they think about that person, but I'm just saying about if the person comes to you and asks you something, should I respond then honestly, even if I don't care about them? If they ask me, "Are you my friend?" and I never thinking about them on that way, should I say no and hurt their feelings? If somebody come to me and say, "I love you," and I don't love them back, should I say no and probably making a mistake that nobody can fix it anymore because they're gonna think that I'm a false? That really doesn't make sense because all you do was telling the truth. And in the end, what is the truth? Because the truth itself is something that is very manageable and very unreliable. Because the truth for you is not the truth for the other person. And if the truth is not for the other person, you have a problem. Because in the same way that I can tell the person that I hate their hairstyle, could came a different person that say they love it. And come came the third one, they lie about the if they're liking or not. And which person do you think uh, that one that get the haircut would like the most? Me, who was honest and say what I think about it. The other person who's just say that was honest and say they like, or the other one who lie and say they like. I believe is gonna be the persons who say they like their hairstyle. And this is like just a silly example, but you can go out of their way and use in every single situation that you're thinking of. Should I lie to my parents about being happy on where I am today, or tell them the truth that I'm scared, and tell them the truth that I don't know about my future? Should I make them feel uneasy because of the things that I feel inside, or should I gatekeep my own feelings and my own inner thoughts? Because in the end of the day, they have their own problems and they don't really need to face my own. Should I talk to my friends saying that I think they're fake, or that I really think they're very simple, or should I talk to them saying that I really don't think they're my friends anymore just because they asked me? Should I lie to them because I really don't want to do a thing they asked me to do so? Should I lie on the interview to get what I want? I really think the price of honesty is higher than it should. If everyone was honest, the price of honesty is going to be way cheaper. But everyone on this life are too used to lie that instead of the price of honesty being cheap, like the price of the lies, the price of fake, is way too expensive. But fear not, my dear viewer. Again, you're here because you choose to. And this is my opinion. So at least I can be truthful here, right? At least I can be honest with you, the person that is watching me, right? I'm not gonna lie and I'm not gonna be able to follow up with my life if I not being honest with my true feelings. But now I know that if I want a better job, I need at least to not tell the full truth. I need at least to show them that I care for the company that I really don't. I need at least to make myself a likable person through lies because this is what they expect me to. But I still gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest to myself and I'm gonna be honest to my friends and I'm gonna be honest to my family. Because one thing that I learn is if the person doesn't accept you the way that you are, you're not the wrong one. They are the wrong ones for you. You cannot choose family, but you can choose friends. You can choose how much time you spend with your family. And you need to remember the most important person in this life is you because without you, it wouldn't be your life. So that is the kind of the topic that I want to talk. Sorry if got like a little depressed today, but I'm really thinking about that for a couple of days already. And I didn't know what to do. And I think after seeing that, I realized that we should always be honest with ourselves, even if it hurts. But we can choose to be honest to the person that doesn't deserve your honesty. You can choose to lie to them because they lied to you. And you really don't need to pay the price of honesty for a person that doesn't want or doesn't need to pay the same price for you. So, yeah, thank you so much. This is my opinion.